Hello and welcome to another video with the joy of maths. In this video we're going to tie off the averages series. As you know, we've looked at the mode, medium and mean in other videos. In this one we're going to focus on the range, and then we're going to look at choosing the most appropriate type of central tendency for your set of data. So that's basically picking the right average. So let's just recap what we've discussed in our previous videos. We've looked at the mean, so this is the sum of data values divided by the number of values. So add them all up and divide by how many is there. The medium is the middle value, so putting them all into an ordered list from smallest to largest or largest to smallest, as long as they're ordered, and it's about working from the edges into the middle value. And the mode is the most common value in that data set, so this is about counting which data appears the most in that data set. And the range is the difference between the highest value and the lowest value in a data set, and this gives you a measure of spread of the values of the data set. So it can tell you how wide apart the data is or how close together it is, and that can give you a measure of consistency or variability. So let's have a look at an example. So this table gives marks of two students in assignments, Bernie and Matt, and what we're going to do is we're going to analyse their data and look at the spread of their data. So if we take Bernie's, we've got 76% is the highest score and 54% is the lowest score. So what we can do 76 minus the 54, and that leaves us with 22%. So the range of Bernie's data is 22%. If we take a look at Matt has scored 75 is his highest, but 45 is his lowest. So if we do a quick calculation, the 75 minus the 45 leaves us with 30%. So the spread of his data is 8% larger than Bernie's. So that means that Matt's marks are more spread out than Bernie's, and therefore that makes Bernie a more consistent student and Matt is the one with more variable. So range gives you a look at how wide the data is, and which in other terms translates into consistency. Okay, so let's just have a look at examples now where we get asked to find and choose the most appropriate measure of central tendency. So we've got mean, median, mode and range. Often than not, one of the averages is better representative of the data than the other. For example, the ages of people in a college classroom are recorded. Here are the results. So you've got 16, 17, 16, 16, 17, 44, so on. A couple more, and we've got a 56 and a couple of 18s in there. So let's start looking at averaging this data out. So if it was to look at the mean, what we've got to do is we've got to add them all up. So if we add all them up, we get to 301, divide that by 14, and that tells us that the average age in that group is 21.5 years old. If we have a look at the median, like I said, got to put all the data in order, and then what we can do is we can start striking off from either end until we actually get to the middle value. In this occasion we have got two values in the middle, so as we've discussed, we add them both together, gives us 34, divide that by 2, and that leaves us with 17 years old. If we have a look at the mode, this is about counting up how many of each ages appear. So we've got 6 16-year-olds, 3 17-year-olds, 3 18-year-olds, 1 44 and 1 56-year-old. So the most common age there is the 16-year-old. And if you have a look at the range is 56 minus 16, so that gives us 40 years old. So the decision is which one do we use as a measure of central tendency. The mean is coming out at 21.5, the medium is 17 and the mode is 16. Now going back to these 44 and 56-year-old, now what they are doing is effectively in the mean they are skewing the data. and that basically means that they are outliers. They don't sort of fit in. Everyone else is around the 16, 17, 18, and actually if we took out them 2 ages from the range, we would be ending up with a range of 2 years, not 40 years. So on this occasion, I don't think the mean is the most appropriate measure of central tendency, but the medium and mode would be the choices that I would use. Okay, I hope that makes sense. What we'll do is we'll have a look at a practice question that can throw a few more decisions to be made. You'll get a chance to pause the video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort out the medium first. And the way I'm going to do this is we've got to put these in order. So I'm going to start off with the lowest, so we've got 25. And then just going to put these in order now. Now that I've got these in order, I can start just striking off the ends now and working to the middle value. And what I'm left with is 2 values, so I'm going to have to add them together. Gives me 58, and 58 divided by 2 gives me 29. So the medium is okay. So in this now we're going to look at, now that I've got them in order, it will make it a lot easier for me to actually work out the mode, because what I can see is I've got 125, so 25 is once, I've got 27 is twice, 28 is 3 times, and 30 is twice, 31 once, 32 once, 33 once, and 36 once. So the mode is going to be 28 minutes. Okay, and then finally for the mean, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add all these up. So you've got to add all them up, and when you total all them up, it comes to 355. We've got 12 numbers in the question, and what I do now is we put that into a calculator. It comes out at 29.583. so that number recurs, so we can just round this up to 29.6. So the question is which is the best one? Well, they're all pretty in and around the same mark. You've got 29 there, you've got 28 there, and you've got 29.6. Me personally, I would choose the mean, because this is continuous data. So continuous data is times, heights, distances, anything that starts from 0 and carries on counting up. Whereas the medium is picking out the middle, and the mode is picking up the most common. If there was a larger range, so the range for this question is the highest score minutes is 36 and the lowest is 25, so the range is only 11 minutes, so it's not massive. But if there was a bigger range, then the mean would be skewed, and that wouldn't be the best one to choose from. But on this occasion it is, as the range is a lot closer. Okay, I hope that makes sense. What I'm going to have to do now is have a look at an exam question. Again, you'll get a chance to pause that. Okay, so Jake and Sarah each played a computer game 6 times. Their scores for each game are shown below. Who had the most consistent scores, Jake or Sarah? Right, the only way you can really work this out is on your ranges. So what we're going to do is take the high score. So Jake had a range of 12 and 8, so that's his highest and that is his lowest. So the range is actually equal to 4. Whereas Sarah, she scored 14, so she has a higher score than Jake, but because she actually had a score of 2, her range is 12. Jake is the most consistent, as he has the smallest range. Question 2. In Adam's garden, the flowers are only red or white or yellow or blue. The chart shows the number of red flowers, the chart shows the number of white flowers and the number of yellow flowers. Write down the mode. Right, some people might jump and say that 10 is the mode, but 10 is not the mode, because that's just the amount of white flowers that they were. We've got, in this one, we've got 8 red flowers, we've got 10 white, and we have got 5 yellow. White is the mode, as that is the most common coloured flower in his garden. I hope that's helped, that's been useful. Check out for other videos, I'm sure they'll pop up on your screen, links. Don't forget to subscribe to the Joy of Maths for other videos as we continue throughout the year. Thank you very much, and goodbye for now.